Then we'll move on to wastewater. Regardless of what the solution for wastewater is, the infrastructure solution for it is, someone's going to have to pay for it. And if you could share your thoughts on how that might be paid for in an equitable way, or what you would consider to be an equitable funding mechanism for that, I'd be happy to hear it. And we'll start with Ryan.
Yes, wastewater is a major issue, one of the top issues, not only for our town, but also our community. The ways to pay for it, there's many options. I know people that currently are working on filling out grants and loans for federal, state that can help support this this pipeline that we need to do to prevent major issues with our water. We should start fundraising. I know it sounds funny and humorous, but people don't realize, and I'm just starting to learn more and more as days go on, how serious of an issue this is, and starting sooner than later is definitely something we should consider. I feel getting not only people in my precinct, but all precincts in the town and also the county up to par on the knowledge that I guess you could say experts have on this topic, because it's going to become a major concern if we don't focus on this issue.
Thank you. Mike?
Well, it's tough to speak intelligently on how to fund something when you don't have a number, but generally speaking, I think there should be a component where the town shoulders a significant burden as opposed to flipping it to the backs of the individual homeowners. The people over in Stewart's Creek are none too happy that if they had a new Title V and then they're forced to connect, that ruffled a lot of feathers. So for a funding mechanism, I think the town, as Mr. Richardson said, there needs to be grants, it needs to be federal, seeks federal and state money and EPA money and whatever, any possible funding that's available should be sought. And I think the town, the whole town, including all the villages, need to contribute to some extent through the general fund, to pay for that, and with some burden naturally going to the individual homeowners, but they're also going to have to pay a usage fee or a daily, per gallon fee. So it's tough to make them. It's tough to make them pay to build it and then make them pay to use it. I think that's unequitable. So I think the whole town, should have a significant part in paying for it.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Well, wastewater funding is the biggest obstacle that we have in getting that done, and ultimately it's going to be up to the citizens of the town of Barnstable what we do. If we want to move forward with this, there isn't money out there. We might get a small percentage coming from the federal government or from the state government for their programs that they're asking us to do. But ultimately, if the people of the town of Barnstable say that they want it, then they're also going to have to find a way to pay for it, which is probably going to be a part of their tax bill. It's unfortunate, but there doesn't seem to be any other way to help pay for it. If we deal with it on a regional basis, then there'd be a lot of people who aren't getting improvements who'll be paying for it. And eventually, maybe 20, 30 years out, another part of the Cape may end up getting done. But right now, federal and state monies aren't there. There was some there a number of years ago when we did Stewart's Creek, and we jumped on the opportunity to have that happen. But at the same time, the people's voice came out and they said, we don't really want this. People said that when they were dealing with issues, excuse me, around Lake Woquocket, that they didn't want it. And if the people choose that they didn't want it, then we also have to be willing to suffer the consequences that may go with it. It may come down under a federal order that we have to. It may come down under a state order that we have to.
20 seconds.
And then we may not even have the opportunity after that. to be able to do anything about it. But at the same time, we've worked hard on this as an issue. The town has spent time and effort to come up with the best plans. Now it's how do we pay for it?
Thank you. Anyone care to respond to anything that was said? Then we'll stick with infrastructure and we'll go on to roads.